A lot of times we just shut people down right away and we try to beat them down into believing what we believe, and we can't talk to them and we can't be friends with them. We can't associate with them if they don't have the exact same opinions and views that we have about everything. So find a way to Hello beautiful fellow light beings, my name is Monica, and today's video is going to be about what the world needs now, and that is tolerance. This topic has been on my mind for a while. I've just been thinking about how so many people are very divided because of their views. People who are, for example, pro-mask and people who are anti-mask, people who are pro-abortion or anti-abortion, who are pro-vaccines and people who are against vaccines, people who are for the Black Lives Movement and people who aren't for the Black Lives Movement, who don't support it. And this has caused so much division within a lot of people. There are friends online on social media who are attacking each other and attacking their groups of friends on there because they have opposing views to them. Fortunately, I have not personally seen a lot of hate within my community, especially after releasing that video about why I don't support Black Lives Matter. I know that's a very controversial topic that a lot of people are very emotionally revved up about and will pretty much dismiss anybody who is not completely for it. And I feel like this has caused a lot of people to hold back and suppress how they truly feel about these big issues that are going on in the world. It can be very intimidating to be honest and to say how you really feel without being afraid that you're going to be personally attacked for it. Especially online, there are a lot of bullies and there are a lot of trolls who sit behind their keyboard typing all these messages, who don't have a real picture of themselves, that have some kind of screen name, and they just go around bullying and attacking people for their views. And I know I quote Ralph Smart a lot, but another quote that I really love from him is when he says, "Don't attack what you hate, support what you love." So basically, don't go around attacking people online, saying they're stupid and they're worthless because they think this thing. Instead, start promoting what it is that you believe and what you love, and actually put your face on the screen and your real name and not be afraid to say what you truly think, because the other way of doing it, attacking people anonymously, is very cowardly. It takes a lot of courage and bravery to actually put yourself out there and say how you really feel and speak your truth. What I really want to do is just remind people to try and be open-minded and to listen to other people's views and opinions, even if they're opposing your own. A lot of times we just don't even take the time to listen. I can guarantee that some of the people who disliked my BLM video and unsubscribed probably didn't even click on the video, or they clicked on it just so they could thumbs down it. We don't even take the time to listen to people. We just read the title and say, I don't agree with what the title is, so I'm just gonna dismiss it altogether. I remember the time when Trump still got elected, and a friend reminded me of this recently, that there's still people who put on their profiles, if you voted for Trump, then you can just unfriend me now. There's no tolerance or patience in that whatsoever. And most of the people who form these very concrete opinions about certain things don't even take the time to do research and look at both sides. They just go with what they hear in the mainstream media that's being portrayed in that image, and they don't take the time to think, you know what, maybe there's another side to this, maybe I'm only hearing one side, maybe I can go look and see if I can find an alternative side, or at least listen to that friend who does agree with a different side than you and see what they have to say. A lot of times we just shut people down right away and we try to beat them down into believing what we believe, and we can't talk to them and we can't be friends with them. We can't associate with them if they don't have the exact same opinions and views that we have about everything. With that said, I'm not even really sure how anyone can have friends if we all think like that. I know we all don't, but there are a lot of people who do, and I've just been seeing a lot of nastiness online with name calling and just complete, utter, just bullying for the sake of it. And like I said before, I just want to remind everyone to please listen, be open-minded. Sometimes you may completely change your opinion on something when you actually get more information about it. And if you don't, that's fine too. I remember once having a conversation with a friend who wasn't vegan. She asked me why I was. I told her my bit. She told me why she wasn't. She told me her bit, and we kind of agreed to disagree. Like, we listened to each other's different reasonings, but we didn't change our reasoning as to why we personally were or were not vegan. And we were able to continue hanging out, and it wasn't a big deal. I feel like there's so many people who can't even do that today. They can't even have a civil conversation with their friends just because they see things differently than they do. So be open-minded, listen, practice tolerance, meaning you can tolerate the fact that not everybody is like you, and you can accept that everybody in the world is different, and that's a good thing. That's okay. And also just practice compassion and just being kind to other people, no matter what it is that they believe. I remember a short story about, I believe it was Mother Teresa, that there was a group that invited her to a protest against war, so it was an anti-war protest. She declined the invitation and said, "I won't attend an anti-war rally, but let me know when you have a pro-peace rally." And that's something that I think about often. I don't like to say I'm anti-something because I may not be completely against everything that someone or something stands for, but I may agree with some things or disagree with some things. But ultimately, I may have something else that I support instead, that I'm more pro. Because being anti is being against, and it really has that connotation of like hate, which is a very low vibrational feeling, but pro has a more high vibrational feeling, and it has more of a love feeling. So like pro really, I think, more stands for love, and anti stands for hate. So again, support what you love, don't attack what you hate. And to be honest, this is something I also have to remind myself of daily, because I realized that I can be very narrow-minded as well. Like when I thought I was super open-minded, and then I started researching and getting so much more information during the lockdown and realized that I wasn't seeing the whole picture, and I was getting more details about it, and then my views about certain things just completely shifted, and I never thought I would feel that way about those things. So I try my best to listen to other people when they have a different view, but if that person, let's say even online, starts bashing people for their views, like if I have a certain view and they're bashing it publicly, putting up statuses and images saying anybody who believes this is completely stupid and doesn't deserve to live and blah blah blah. I've seen some really, really mean ones like that. And I do take that in consideration, and I do usually delete them, because I don't want to be friends with someone who is going to bash others for thinking differently than them, including myself. And if they're being extremely angry and negative about it, it's just unnecessary, and that's something that I don't need to engage with. That's my video for today. I just wanted to give that quick reminder. Again, practice tolerance. And I think if everyone could start to do that, this world would be so much more peaceful and so much more beautiful if people were more accepting, at least, that other people had different views, not necessarily that they have to have those same views in order to get along. Alright, until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.